What's Zappening Mouse up? Is a Teslamouse here, because Houston Raichus, and this is our VPL quarterfinal match team builder, because it is time for the playoffs, guys. Internal conflict week is over with, and we have our opponent set. In the quarterfinals, we are taking on OmegaJolteon of the Chicago Carracostas. He was originally supposed to be our Week 9 opponent, but due to the league being cut short a week, we did not do our Week 9 match, but we are finally taking him on. Now let's go over his roster real quick. He has OmegaJolteon, Zygarde 50%, Weavile, Zapdos, Lucario, Seismitoad, Carracostas, Registeel, Pyroar, and Roselia on his roster. Zygarde, Weavile, Zapdos, and Lucario being his Z-move users, and he did not get the mission Z-move benefit a few weeks back. However, due to his team, as in, Team Owen or Team Odin's Angel, the group of 4, coming in first overall, the perk was each member got an extra Z-move user, and he selected an extra Z-move user. But, anyways, this is the quarterfinals, guys. We have to take on our opponent. We have to defeat him if we want to proceed to the semifinals. So, with that in mind, let's go over the team in full. First up, we are bringing Houston's own the Raichu with the Expert Belt, Lightning Rod ability, 132 HP, 252 special attack, 124 speed, Volt Switch, Grass Knot, Hidden Power Ice, and Fake Out. Now, I was trying to speed creep Timid Max Speed Gardevoir, but unfortunately for me, I was not paying much attention when I was doing the speed creeping. And I forgot that I actually had, when I was doing the calcs here, Mega Gardevoir on Modest Nature, so I thought that 124 speed was going to be enough to speed creep it. Well, I was kind of wrong there, so we actually do not speed creep Max Speed Mega Gardevoir. We actually lose out by 7 points here. But going over the sets real quick, we do have Volt Switch with Stab and Pivoting. We have Grass Knot to deal with the Seismitoad. We have Hidden Power Ice to deal with the Zygarde and the Zapdos, and we have Fake Out to get some cheap residual damage. Like, we go for Fake Out and basically hit Weavile for, free damage, or we hit Seismitoad to scope out its item, or we hit something in case it switches Gardevoir in and tries to trace the Lightning Rod, so we don't actually Volt Switch into a trace the Lightning Rod there. But let's go over the calcs real quick. Let's go over for Seismitoad's calc. Seismitoad OU defensive versus our Expert Belt Raichu is going to take 101.8 to 122.1% damage from Expert Belt Grass Knot. That will be a guaranteed one-shot, assuming he does not have the Rindo Berry. If he does have the Rindo Berry, the Grass Knot will do a maximum of 61.3% damage. And if we do get a critical hit, it'll do a maximum of 91.5% damage. That's why the berries are really good here. It reduces damage and prevents KOs that would be otherwise happening. Now, basically the strategy here is when we go 1v1ing against Seismitoad, the strategy here is to basically go for Fake Out, and if we see he has a Rocky Helmet or leftovers, we will know that we are free in the clear to go for Grass Knot. If we don't see either, then we might have to assume that he is Rindo Berry. We don't really want to lose our Raichu to like an Earth Power or an Earthquake, or even get our item knocked off. So I'll go over here, we got Zygarde here. Zygarde, 50%. Expert Belt Hidden Power Ice will do a maximum of 88.5% damage, so we obviously don't want to go for Ice, Hidden Power Ice right off the bat. What we do want to do, though, is get a residual damage off by Hazard Stacking. We'll get more into that a little bit later on the team builder, but we want to get Hazard Stacking off on him just to get some residual damage. Now, let's assume that we have 3 layers of spikes on his side field. Hidden Power Ice will have a 93.8% chance to one-hit KO after 3 layers of spikes. So we can basically Hazard Stack on a Zygarde. We'll be all set. Now, I do want to point out, he does have one possible defogger on his team. No Rapid Spinner. His defogger is Zapdos, so I would fully expect him to bring it in this matchup. His other team, well, there's not really much that we can do outside of his Zygarde and Seismitoad with Raichu, because Raichu gets outsped by Weavile. Zapdos is just naturally bulky. Lucario does not get one-shot by any of Raichu's attacks. And we're not running Focus Blast because that would be a horrible idea, because I don't want to miss my moves. And there's honestly no reason to bring Focus Blast. because we got other ways to deal steel types on this team. So, yeah, Raichus just there as a strong electric pivot. Basically, they soak up, volt switches, discharges, and whatnot from Zapdos to get some coverage damage off on Toad and Zygarde, and to get fake out damage to scope out Toad's item. And if you do hear something going on in the background, I do apologize. People are doing yard work, and it's really annoying at 10:30 in the morning, but what can you do? But yeah, we are bringing Raichu, aka Houston's own, with the Expert Belt, Volt Switch, Grass Knot, Hintar Ice, and Fake Out. We're revealed. So that's basically the set here. Our next mod that we are bringing is going to be Gungnir the Kyurem Choice Scarf with Ice Beam, Earth Power, Iron Head, and Shadow Ball. We are running 36 attack IVs, max special attack, and 220 speed with a timid nature. Let's go over why we are running Kyurem. Alright, Kyurem here is going to outspeed with his Choice Scarf. I believe we sped crept Lucario? I'm pretty sure we didn't. Alright, so we basically speed creep Lucario by 1 point. So if he's a Scarf Lucario, you can just get our Earth Power off. Earth Power will actually have a 62.5% chance to one-hit KO the Lucario. So that's good. Kyurem does have base 95 speed, Lucario has base 90. So if he's like a Scarf Lucario, we can basically outspeed it instant. Bam, no questions asked. Now the reason why we are running Scarf Kyurem is to basically outspeed non-Scarf Zapdos and Mega Gardevoir. Now over here, doing some calcs real quick, you do see that Iron Head is going to do 78.3 to 92.3% damage to the Gardevoir. Now the reason why we're running Iron Head over Flash Gun is because even with a max special attack investment and only 36 attack investment, Iron Head is going to do a lot more damage to Mega Gardevoir than Flash Gun. That's because Mega Gardevoir has a beefy 135 base special defense stat, whereas Mega Gardevoir's base defense is 65. So Iron Head would definitely be a better option here. And Iron Head does have that flinch chance, although we're not really running it with the intent of trying to flinch the Gardevoir. We're just doing it for more damage output. Now, let's go back to the hazard stacking here. If we get 3 layers of spikes out against the Gardevoir, Iron Head will be a guaranteed one-hit KO after 3 layers of spikes. So that is why Iron Head is a really good move on this thing. We don't really need to go over the calcs with Kyurem versus Zygarde. We all know that Ice Beam will one-shot it. It's pretty obvious here. Let's go over some Registeel. Special defensive Registeel. Earth Power will do like 36.3% damage. It's not going to do anything to Registeel really, so we're not going to be trying to get in a 1v1 situation with Kyurem versus Registeel. Now granted, Kyurem is one of our Z-Move users due to that Z-Move mission a couple of weeks back, but Z-Move Kyurem is definitely not going to work out in this battle for us. We got a Zapdos here. We can do some calcs as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's do his OU Roost plus 3 attacks. Ice Beam will do a maximum of 102% damage. It will be a 12.5% chance to one-hit KO. If there is Stealth Rocks on his side of the field, Ice Beam will be a guaranteed one-hit KO after Stealth Rock. Zapdos' Discharge and Heat Wave is not going to do anything to Kyurem. Even a Infernal Overdrive will do a maximum of 57% damage to our Kyurem. And while we both got pressure, I think Kyurem does pressure out Zapdos a little better than Zapdos does to Kyurem, so should be fine there. Now let's assume that he's a defensive Zapdos variant. Bold Nature, max 248 HP. Ice Beam apparently will still be a 2-hit KO on him. We'll still have a 12.5% chance to a KO. Now if we shift these EVs into special defense, we'll take those out for the 240 EVs there. And give it a Calm Nature. Ice Beam will still be a 2-shot on the Zapdos. It'll do 73.4% damage. And after Stealth Rock, Ice Beam will still be guaranteed to a KO, but that doesn't really matter because Zapdos is not going to want to switch into Kyurem there. Now let's see what Pyroar does to our nice little thing. Kyurem. Pyroar does a Kyurem. Pyroar just doesn't do a lot of damage even with Life Orb. It does like a max of 78% damage with Fire Blast, a max of 64.5 with Hyper Voice, and then we just basically Earth Power. Earth Power has a guaranteed one-hit KO after Stealth Rock, and it has a 31% chance to one-hit KO without the Stealth Rock. So yeah, Kyurem is there. A good way to deal with Zapdos, a good way to deal with Roselia, with Zygarde, assuming he doesn't get a D-Dance up, because if he does get a D-Dance up on our Kyurem, he's going to outspeed us, because he's more likely going to be max speed Jolly. Although we can calc if he's adamant max speed, so let's actually do that here. Zygarde, I'll assume he is OU offensive Dragon Dance here. Alright, so at +1, I'm going to go ahead and use my phone's calculator at this moment. (147 times 1.5). That'll bring up to 220.5 speed points. Whereas our Kyurem will outspeed even with 235. So we still outspeed his adamant max speed Zygarde. However, if he is Jolly, we basically get outsped, because again, we're not max speed. If we were max speed, then we could actually speed tie with his Zygarde there, with his +1 Zygarde, but we have to hope that his Zygarde is not Choice Scarf in any way, shape, or form. Next mon that we're bringing is going to be Void Gaming, the Victini. We are packing some tech this week. We are running V-Create, Flame Charge, Energy Ball, and Glaciate with the ICM Z. We are running 180 attack, 76 special attack, and max speed EVs on it. This is so we can at the very least speed tie with Timid max speed Gardevoir. My thing is this: if we go for a Flame Charge and he switches out, when we hit the Zygarde with Flame Charge, we can basically outspeed it, assuming it is Choice Scarf. So I want to do some calcs real quick. Zygarde, we'll assume it's OU Choice Band, because why not? I mean, the EVs will probably be the same. Glaciate will do 73.9% chance with will do 73.9% damage with 76 special attack IV, or EVs rather. But we are going to go for the Z move, so we go for the Z move, it'll be a guaranteed one-hit KO on the Zygarde, which is really good for us. Also, for Gardevoir, Victini's V-Create will be a guaranteed one-shot. Flame Charge will do 40.5% damage, which is alright for us. Shadow Ball, however, we'll do 74.2% damage to our Victini. I mean, Victini is our switch into this Gardevoir, unfortunately, so we want to, predict that. We don't want him to predict our switch here, and we do want to win the speed tie at both instances. Now let's go for a Seismitoad. Alright, so we got V-Create, which will do 25 to 27% damage, and then we got Energy Ball here, which will do 88.6 to 105.6% damage to the Seismitoad. So the way I see it, we hit the Seismitoad with V-Create, you can follow it up with an Energy Ball. And it should finish off, unless it is Rindoberry. If it's Rindoberry, then V-Create or Energy Ball is going to do 44.3 to 52.8% damage, and we won't get that KO off on Seismitoad. So obviously that would not be a very good idea. I mean, a very good situation for us to be in. I also want to calc what Victini does to Zapdos. OU Roost plus 3 attacks. V-Create does a maximum 82.6. Glaciate does a maximum of 35.7. And the Z-move, Glaciate will do 65.3% chance. We won't get the one-hit KO off on the Zapdos unless we do have Stealth Rocks up, in which case it'll be a 62.5% chance of one-hit KO after Stealth Rock. If he's defensive Zapdos, then V-Create will do a maximum of 59.6% damage. Glaciate, Sub-Zero Slammer will do like 65.3. And after Stealth Rocks, Victini will not even be able to one-shot Zapdos. So if he's defensive Zapdos, which I'm expecting to bring for defog support, then yeah, Victini will not be able to, KO the Zapdos, and then he can just roost stall us until our special defense is down enough to the point where he can just discharge our face off and take out our Victini, and that is just not good for us. Going over the calcs here again, we have Lucario. Let's assume it's OU Swords Dance. Even with 180 attack investment, V-Crate will do a maximum of 262% damage, which means it'll just be overkill. It'll kill it like 2 times over. Flame Charge will do 74.5. However, if we get 3 layers of spikes on the field, Flame Charge won't even one-shot it. Stealth Rocks and 3 layers of spike will give us like a 6.3% chance of one-hit KO, so there you go. I mean, Lucario can do some stuff to our Victini here. He can Earthquake us, so let's just do that. Earthquake will actually have it be a roll because we are a minus defense nature. We're running Hasty on Victini. It'll be a 6.3% chance of one-hit KO our Victini, and knowing our luck, we probably lose that roll. One thing about using Victini in this match that we have to worry about is getting pursuit trapped by his Weavile, and we don't want that to happen because if we score a free kill, kill one of his mons, we can just get a free switch in a Weavile and pursuit trap us and get a free kill on a Victini, and that would honestly not be good. Obviously, he's not going to switch his Weavile into a Victini. No one would ever do that unless they were really gutsy. And let's actually go over another calc here. Registeel, especially defensive. V-Crate will actually have a guaranteed one-hit KO after 3 layers of spikes. Without the spikes, though, it will have a 50% chance to one-hit KO the Registeel. Again, I'm not really sure if he'd run Akaberry Registeel. It is certainly a possibility, because I think Registeel has the bulk to survive any ground-type attack that our Lander T or our Kyurem can dish out. So I feel like Akaberry Registeel would be the set that he would bring here, so yeah. Also, Crawford-Gigas. Let's see, Crawford-Gigas. UU Showdown usage. Victini's V-Crate will do 64% damage max to it. 3 layers of spikes. It'll be another will still be guaranteed to a KO. And with Stealth Rocks, you'll have a 12.5% chance of one-hit KO on this Crawford-Gigas here. So, our Victini can't really deal with Crawford-Gigas that much. Our strategy to deal with the Crawford-Gigas is basically Hazard Stack and pressure him from damage. So yeah, we're bringing Victini with, again, V-Create, Flame Charge, Energy Ball, Glaciate with 180 attack, 76 special attack, 252 speed investment with the ICM Z. Flame Charge is there to get a free speed boost off on a switch out, because if we 1v1 him with Gardevoir, we're gonna predict that switch out. He's gonna go into like Toad, or he's gonna go into Zygarde, get the free Flame Charge +1, then boom, Sub-Zero Slammer. Next mon that we are bringing is going to be a Lando T-Money, the Lander Assyrian with the Yachi Berry. We're running 252 HP, 216 defense, 40 special defense. We're running a Bold Nature this week. We're not running a physically offensive defensive Lander. We're running a specially offensive one. Earth Power, Hidden Power, Ice, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock with the Bold Nature. The idea behind this is to basically get as much damage off on his Zygarde as possible while surviving hits from it. That is why we're running Bold Nature Lando T this week. Alright, let's go over some calcs here. This should be fun. Zygarde is going to be, let's assume it's OU Dragon Dance. Adamant Nature, for the sake of argument here. Hidden Power Ice will be a guaranteed 2-shot on it. 1,000 Arrows will do a maximum of 23.4% damage after the Intimidate. If it's not intimidated, then it'll do a maximum of 35.2% damage. If the Zygarde is Choice Banded, it'll be a 2-shot on us. And therefore, if it's a -1, it'll do a maximum of 34.1% damage with the Choice Band. Hidden Power Ice is going to be there to basically pressure it out. U-Turn is there for pivoting in case he decides to switch his Zygarde out into like something like Seismitoad or even Seismitoad or even Gardevoir, I guess. Get the Intimidate off, thinking that we're like a physical attacker. Now let's go over some calcs here of Weavile. Let's assume we're all-out attacker here. Ice will crash from Weavile. Even with the Yachi Berry, towards mid, we'll have a 6.3% chance of one-hit KO the Landorus Therian. Here's where we'll pivot out though. If he's not choice banded, yep, Ice will crash will do like maximum 67.3% damage because of the Yachi Berry. If he's Life Orb, then it'll do a maximum 87.7% damage and just get a free U-turn out there. So that's why we have the Yachi Berry on the Lander T. Also, Mega Gardevoir. Let's go for Mega Gardevoir here. Mega Gardevoir's Hyper Voice on the Lander Asterion will do a maximum of 76.5% damage. If he was to bring Hidden Power Ice for some reason, Hidden Power Ice will do like 57.1% damage to our Lander T after the Yachi Berry. And we just basically U-turn it out and go into something like Victini. That is the overall strategy in this matchup. Obviously, our Lander T is not going to break for Registeel because Registeel has insane bulk, insane defense, insane special defense. So our way to deal with the Registeel is basically hazard stacking and Victini's V-create there. So yeah. Also, Lander T is not going to be able to deal with the Zapdos. It will deal with the Lucario, however, and possibly the Pyroar. At one point I was debating bringing Rock Polish special attacking Lander T here with Grass Knot and Grassium Z, but overall I decided to go with a defensive variant with its special attack and not being hindered, so we can deal with the Zygarde a lot easier. The next model we are bringing is going to be Structure of the Skarmory. It goes without saying, we are running 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 special defense with the Impish nature. Raybird spikes Roost and Roar. Raybird is there to make it not taunt bait and to be stabbed. Spikes is there a hazard stack. We would basically be hazard stacking on the Registeel if push came to shove. So we get Skarmory out versus Registeel or even Roselia. We basically hazard stack on it. And his only way to get rid of the hazards is for Zapdos. So he needs to bring Zapdos if he is predicting me to bring hazard stacking. But like I said, we got Stealth Rocks and Lander T, and we have Spikes on Skarmory. Can basically whittle down all of his bulky mons like Registeel and Coffergigas that way. And last but not least, we are bringing Raichus the Blastoise to Wackenberry, Scald, Rapid Spin, Miracle, and Toxic with 248 HP, 8 defense, 252 special defense with the Calm nature. Basically, it's mainly here to deal with the Zapdos, so if we can go over some pretty cool calcs real quick. Let's say he's Zapdos, OU offensive. With the Wackenberry, discharge with a maximum of 24.8% damage. Thunderbolt will do a maximum of 28.1% damage. If it was to go for a Z move, that would do a maximum of 53.5% damage, and would just basically get a Miracle off and take out the Zapdos that way, or whatever he switches in if he goes to Volt Switch, for instance. But yeah, that Blastoise is designed there for Miracle baiting the Zapdos as a possibility there. And also, Blastoise could be useful to get a Toxic off on the Coffergigas, of course. And it is also there to deal with Pyroar. With Coffergigas, you just get a Toxic off on it. And if Coffergigas wants to go like Shadow Balls or set like Nest Spot or Calm Mind on us, and go for an offensive move, Miracle will take out the Coffergigas as well. That is the overall plan in that match. I guess to a lesser extent, Blastoise can deal with the hang on a sec. Alright, I am back. Anyways, as I was saying, we got Blastoise with a Wackenberry. Sorry about that. With Skull, Rapid Spin, Miracle, and Toxic. So yeah, basically it's gonna be a bait out with Zapdos' Volt Switch or whatnot to get like a Miracle off on it. Because Wackenberry does reduce the damage of electric type attacks. So yeah. I guess Blastoise can also Miracle the Roselia away and take it out. And like I mentioned before, Coffergigas will be taken out by Miracle if it does significant damage to Blastoise. And we also have Blastoise as Rapid Spin support. We're not running Defog on Skarmory because the whole point of this is to basically hazard stack on the opponent. And we don't want to defog away our own hazards as well, so Rapid Spin is there. Now, he does have Carracostas to basically spin block us, and he could bring it. It is very much a possibility, but hopefully that will not be the case in this match. Or hopefully we can still deal if there are any hazards on our side of the field. So, there you guys go, last place. Now, aside from Stealth Rock on his Seismitoad and his Registeel, he can bring Toxic Spikes from Roselia and Carracostas, or even Spikes. I think Spikes on his Roselia as well. So there's a lot of possibilities for him to bring hazards on his team. And that's why Blastoise is going to be very key in this match. I mean, Defog would be more ideal, but again, I want a hazard stack on his side of the field, basically wear down his walls and whatnot. And I don't want to defog away my own hazards, so yeah. Now you may be wondering to yourself, well, you're not bringing Mega Venusaur this week. Mega Venusaur was actually in consideration over either Gungnir, Kyurem, or Skarmory. But overall, I decided that Mega Venusaur can't really deal with most of his team. I mean, his Z-move users are basically Zapdos, Zygarde, Weavile, and Lucario. 2 of which get psychic attacks, 1 of which can stab flying, and 3 of which get basically moves to set up and boost their offensive stats, and basically getting hit with Z-move, even no matter the defense investment on Venusaur, will pretty much put it in a very bad position. Plus, Mega Venusaur cannot outpace Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir even, so bringing Mega Venusaur against this team is going to be a liability. Also can't really deal with Registeel that well, because Registeel is really bulky, and even if I ran Earthquake on Mega Venusaur, we wouldn't be able to do any significant damage to it. I don't want to risk 1v1ing a cursed Registeel set with my Mega Venusaur. So that is why Mega Venusaur did not make the cut this week. This is actually the first week, I believe, in the VPL where I did not bring Mega Venusaur. It just was the reasons to not bring it outweighed the reasons to bring it, basically. I do want to go over some calcs with you. Let's go with Venusaur Mega here. And let's show you what we mean here. Zapdos is... Let's see it has Air Cutter. Z-move Air Cutter will do 72% damage to the Venusaur. If we switch into an attack from Zapdos, it'll most certainly be a one-hit KO. Extra Sensory will also do a maximum 64.5% damage, and then we got Lucario, which could have Psychic on it. So let's go over this. Do Nasty Plot with Psychic on Lucario. Z-move Psychic will do 80.6% damage. If it's at +1 from Calm Mind, there'll be a guaranteed one-shot. And let's not even get into if it's +2. So really, truly, Mega Venusaur does not really serve a purpose in this match. Maybe it can heal to Seismitoad, but we got Grass Knot Raichu for the Seismitoad. We got Energy Ball, Victini for it, so we don't really need to bring Venusaur in for that. I mean, it could deal Zygarde to its lesser extent. We can do these Kelks right here. Let's see what Zygarde would do. Alright. Z-move Zygarde will do 74.1% damage and at +1 attack. It'll have a 62.5% chance of one-hit KO. And even if we went for Hidden Power Ice with our Venusaur, it will max at 73.9% damage. Well, again, we can't really soak up too many attacks from Zygarde. So, overall, Venusaur was nixed from this team building session. Obviously, I'm not bringing Linoon in this battle because I don't really see a way for me to set up on it. Slurpup is not going to really do much in case he brings like Choppleberry Registeel against us. So, yeah. Now, I gotta say, overall, I do feel quite comfortable with this team this week. I feel like that our team is on point enough to take care of my opponent. It also all depends on what he brings and how he plays. And honestly, I am definitely expecting hazard removing Zapdos in our in our quarterfinal match, because if we get hazard stacking out against him, his switch-ins are going to be very limited, and he can't really switch around and maneuver that well. Once more, let's review the team before we end off this video. We got Houston's own the Raichu, Grass Knot, Volt Switch, Chain Power Ice, and Fake Out the Expert Bell, 132 HP, 252 Special Attack, and 124 Speed. This is a miscalculation on the speed for me, so I was supposed to outspeed Mega Gardevoir with it, but unfortunately, I was not paying attention. I expected correct modest Gardevoir instead. So, yeah. Then we got Gungnir, the Choice Scarf Kyurem with Ice Beam, Earth Power, Iron Head, and Shadow Ball. 36 attack, 252 special attack, 220 speed with Pressure as the ability, of course. We got ICMZ Victini, aka Void Gaming, V-Create, Flame Charges Tech, Energy Ball, and Glaciate with 180 attack, 76 special attack, 252 speed. Hasty Nature. We got Lander Team Mighty, the Lander Steering here. Bold Nature with the Yachi Berry, Earth Power, Hidden Power Ice, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock with 252 HP, 216 defense, and 40 special defense. Scratcher Skarmy, Raybird Spikes, Roost, and Roar. Impish Nature with Leftovers, 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 special defense, and then Raichus the Blastoise with the Wackenberry. Calm Nature, 248 HP, 8 defense, 252 special defense with Scald, Rapid Spin, Miracle, and Toxic. So, ladies and gentlemen, the battle between OmegaJolteon and I will be posted on Thursday or in a few days after this one's being posted. But if you enjoy this team builder, feel free to comment in the section. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and thunderbolt the subscribe button. Also, let me know what you guys would run differently in this matchup. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side for some more fantastic Draft League action. And remember, keep riding Thunder Waves to victory! Okay, thanks, bye.